ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। So Hare Krishna, dear friends. Hope you all are good. May Lord Shri Krishna bless us all. May Swami Srila Prabhupada bless all of us. May Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bless all of us. So in our last session, we read till 5th verse of the 2nd chapter, contents of the Gita, summarized. 5th verse. गुरुन् हत्वा हि महानुभावान्, गुरुन् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्षमपि लोके, हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरुनिहेव भुञ्ज्य भोगान् रुधिराप्रदिग्धान्. It is better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though they are avaricious, they are nonetheless superiors. If they are killed, our spoils will be tainted with blood. So Arjunji, after Lord Shri Krishna asked Arjunji to give up the petty weakness of the heart and stand up for the fight, so Arjunji again started giving various reasons and arguments for not fighting, or he started disclosing his situation of his mind to his dear friend Lord Shri Krishna. And the next verse, 6th verse, Arjunji continues. Katham Bhishmam Ham Sankhe. He started with Katham Bhishmam Ham Sankhe, then Gurun Hatva. Now in the next verse, another very beautiful, wonderful verse. न चेदत् विद्मः कर्तान्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेमा यदि वा न जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः ते अवस्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. वंडरफुल वर्स. न च एतत् विद्मः, न चेदद्विद्मः कर्तान्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेमा यदि वा न जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषांस्ते अवस्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः ते अवस्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषांस्ते अवस्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. So na chetad, na cha etat, nor cha also, na nor cha also, etat this, vidmaha do know, kartat kartanno gariyo kartat nah, which nah us gariyah better, gariyo gariyah. Yat va yadva jayema, yat va what, either jayema conquer us, yadi if, va no or nah us jayeyuhu conquer, yan those, eva certainly, yan eva those certainly, hatva by killing, hatva na jijivishamaha, na never jijivishamaha want to live, they all of them avasthitaha are situated, pramukhe in the front, dhartarashtraha the sons of dhritarashtraha. So wonderful verse. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. Arjunji is saying, nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. The sons of Dhritarashtra, whom if we kill, we should not care to live, are now standing before us on this battlefield. So wonderful verse. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them, the sons of Dhritarashtra, whom if we kill, we should not care to live, are now standing before us on this battlefield. Yadva jayema yadiva na jayeyuhu yaneva hatva na jijivishamaha. We should not care to live. What is better? Which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them? Conquering them or being conquered by them, because by killing them we will not jijivishamaha. We will not like to live by killing our own brothers, son of Dhritarashtra. So wonderful verse and wonderful purport. Swami Srila Prabhupada explains. Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessarily violence. Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessarily violence, although fighting is the duty of the Kshatriyas, or whether he should refrain and live by begging. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of sustenance. Nor was there certainty of victory, because either side might emerge victorious. Even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still, if the sons of Dhritarashtra died in the battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Under the circumstances, that would be another kind of defeat for them. All these considerations by Arjuna definitely prove that he was not only a great devotee of the Lord, but that he was also highly enlightened and had complete control over his mind and senses. His desire to live by begging, although he was born in the royal household, is another sign of detachment. He was truly virtuous, as these qualities, combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate. It is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation. Unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge, and without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. Arjuna was competent in all these attributes over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. So wonderful verse. Arjunji is thinking, which is better? To kill and conquer the sons of Dhritarashtra because they are adamant to fight, to do or die with their weapons in their hand. They are ready to kill or get killed. They are ready to kill or get killed. So to conquer them means to kill them. To conquer them means to kill them. And Arjunji is thinking, by killing them, jijivishamaha. Yaneva hatva na jijivishamaha. After killing them, we will not be happy because they are our own brothers. It would be very difficult to live in their absence, Swami Srila Prabhupada is writing. So that would lead to another kind of defeat in the future. So, yadva jayema yadiva na jayeyuhu na cha etat vidmaha na cha edad vidmaha kartat, which naha gariyaha better. So what is better? Which is better? to conquer them or let them conquer us. Yadva jayem, yadiva na jayeyuhu. What is better? So wonderful. And Swami Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that Arjunji is not an ordinary person, because if you do not conquer them, then the only source for his sustenance will be begging. Then for the sustenance, Arjunji will have to beg in life. And Arjunji here he is thinking whether to fight or to refrain from fighting and live. As in the previous verse also he told, it is better bhaksham bhoktum bhaksham apiha loke. So Arjunji said it is better to beg and live. So Swami Srila Prabhupada he is describing, he was truly virtuous, and his desire to live by begging, although he was born in royal household, is another sign of his detachment. So all these considerations by Arjuna definitely prove that he was not only a great devotee of the Lord, but he was also highly enlightened and had complete control over his mind and senses. So one who has actually controlled his mind and senses, Swami Srila Prabhupada explains, is a Goswami. Many people uses the title Goswami. But who is a Goswami? Go means cow and go means senses. And Mana Shasthani Indriyani, mind is the center of all the senses. Sense activities are provoked by the mind. Mana Shasthani Indriyani, Prakriti Sthani, Lord Sri Krishna will explain in the forthcoming verses. So Arjunji had full control over his mind and senses. People in this world and all of us are running to fulfill the wants and desires of our mind and senses. But Arjunji, he is saying, though born in the royal family, he is accustomed to that kind of a living, luxurious life. He is accustomed to from childhood, but still he is so controlled in his, he has so much control over his senses that he is ready to beg and live. Whatever they will get by begging, and they'll eat. Already they have lived that life for so many years. 12 years in forest, then one more year in exile, incognito. So 12-13 years in exile, forest, and 1 year they had to hide themselves. That was the agreement. So they begged and lived, and they lived in all opposing circumstances in the forest. So he is ready. 12-13 years they have passed like that, and they are ready. And from childhood they were suffering so many inconveniences in life because of the absence of their father Pandu Maharaj. And they were in the kingdom of Dhritarashtra. So from childhood they faced so many inconveniences, and still Arjunji is fully controlled. Even though he was born in royal family, but he is ready to beg and live. So Swami Srila Prabhupada is writing, that shows how much detached. His desire to live by begging, although he was born in royal household, is another sign of detachment. Vairagya. So that is real Vairagya. Of course, real or unreal, but yeah, Swami Srila Prabhupada says, Anasaktasya Vishayan. As it is described in Upadesha Amrita and is the conclusion of the scriptures. anasaktasya vishyan, not at all attached, but fully attached to Lord Sri Krishna. While in exile, while in forest, they were always remembering of Lord Sri Krishna, and they were living life peacefully in that way. So a devotee of the Lord, so Arjunji is very highly enlightened, Swami Srila Prabhupada he is mentioning. And he was truly virtuous, as these qualities combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate. So, also Swami Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that there was no certainty of the victory. Although Pandavas were righteous, Lord Sri Krishna was on their side, and the conditions were favorable, but still the result, nobody knows the result, what will be the result, because either side might emerge victorious, because it's a war, and both the parties are powerful and competent. So even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still if the sons of Dhritarashtra died in the battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Arjunji is thinking in those terms. So he had so much love and affection for Duryodhanji and other sons of Dhritarashtra, because he always considered, he and other Pandavas, they always considered them as their brothers, and they did not wanted to live without them. And for that reason Arjunji is thinking so much he is thinking and deliberating, so much contemplation, so much he is speculating about the future. So his desire to live by begging is a sign of his detachment. It is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation, and for sure Shastras, they say, that is the goal. If one can control the desires or wants, the material desires and wants of the mind and senses, then one becomes fit for liberation. Sama sukha dukha dhiram, one who is equipoised, one who is not disturbed. Sama sukha, one who is not disturbed in its mind, one who is not hankering for material things. He becomes fit for liberation. Goswami, and that is the meaning of word Goswami. One who has controlled his senses and is fit for liberation. So Arjunji was very, very enlightened soul. Swami Srila Prabhupada here he is mentioning that he was very, very highly enlightened and complete control over his mind and senses. And he was fit for liberation. Unless the senses, very important concept Swami Srila Prabhupada brings in here, unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to platform of knowledge. And without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. So to gain knowledge or to gain transcendental knowledge, to be situated in the knowledge of the self and the super self, to be always situated in the knowledge of the self, Atma, Paramatma, to be always situated in the knowledge of the super self, it is very, very important to control the senses and the mind. Only when the mind is controlled, one can get or one can realize transcendental knowledge. Because transcendental knowledge is realized from the inner core of the heart, Divya Hridaya Prakashita. It is being bestowed by the super soul, by the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Lord who is sitting in the heart. In the previous verse, third verse, second verse, Swami Srila Prabhupada, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Swami Srila Prabhupada explained about the three features of the Supreme Lord, Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So the transcendental knowledge is received, Divya Hida Prakashita, Swami Srila Prabhupada and the Vedic literature, other Vedic literature, it confirms. So unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge. One cannot reach that platform of knowledge, of transcendental knowledge or realization. And without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. So knowledge with devotion, another very important point. Devotion to the Supreme Being. In one of his features, Brahma, Paramatma or Bhagwan, devotion, always devoted, always meditating on the Supreme. So without devotion, without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. So as we can see in the life of Arjunji, his mind and senses are fully controlled. He is ready to live by begging, though born in the royal family. And he already has lot of devotion for his friend. Swami Srila Prabhupada is writing, he was truly virtuous as these qualities combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna. So he is narrating all his the state of his mind to his friend Lord Sri Krishna because he want instructions, upadeshaha, which Lord Sri Krishna will give now. Bhagavad Gita. So he is demanding, he is requesting in one way. So his faith, he is not faithful in his own mind and intelligence. He is not faithful in his own experience or his wants, though his mind and his senses are demanding not to fight, but still he want Lord Sri Krishna to give the instruction. So his faith in the words of the instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, make him fit for the liberation. Swami Srila Prabhupada says he is quite fit, he deserves. So one get what he deserves. So Arjunji deserves liberation. He is quite fit for the liberation. Because his senses are controlled, his mind is controlled, and he has full faith in the words of Lord Sri Krishna, and in the bracket Swami Srila Prabhupada writes his spiritual master. So Arjuna was competent in all these attributes over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. So one can say that he was too much materially, he had lot of love for his brothers and no, Arjuna was competent in other attributes, other transcendental attributes, other spiritual attributes. Arjunji was competent in all these attributes: knowledge, devotion, attachment to Lord Sri Krishna, faith in the words of Lord Sri Krishna. So Arjunji was competent in all these attributes over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. So he was very enormous in his material relationships. Duryodhanji and other brothers, sons of Dhritarashtra, they are not thinking in these terms, but he is still thinking. Though he had an equal share in the kingdom, but still he was so liberal. He is thinking it is better, let them have the kingdom and everything, and let them kill us. Or if they don't kill us, we all will beg and eat. So he is very enormous in his material relationships. But over and above, he is quite competent in spiritual attributes, in spiritual qualities, in transcendental qualities, detachment, knowledge, transcendental knowledge, devotion, faith in the words of Lord Sri Krishna. So these qualities make him fit for moksha, salvation, liberation. So wonderful verse and wonderful purport. Swami Srila Prabhupada explained wonderful concepts, transcendental concepts. Yadva jayema yadiva na jayeyu na chayedad vidmaha kartanno gariyo kartannaha as gariyaha. What is better? Which is better? So then the second, seventh verse, very very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. Seventh verse. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म समूढ़ चेतः यश्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So very famous verse from the Bhagavad Gita. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म समूढ़ चेतः यश्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Karpanya, miserly, doshaha, weakness, upahataha, being inflicted by swabhavaha, characteristics. Prichhami, I am asking. Tvam, unto you. Dharmaha, religion. Sammudhaha, bewildered. Mudha, sammudha, bewildered. Chetaha, in heart. Yat, what? Shreyaha, all good. Shyat, maybe. Nishchitam, confidently. Bruhi, tell. Confidently tell. Nishchitam, bruhi. Tat, may, that, me, unto me. May, unto me. Shishyaha, disciple. Te, your. Aham, I am. Shadi, just instruct. Mam, me. Tvam, unto you. Prapannam, surrendered. So, wonderful verse and very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. Karpanya doshopasvabhava pritchami tvam dharma samudha chetaha yashreha shanishchitam brohitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Arjun Ji is saying, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. Now I am confused and I have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly. In this condition, Nishchitam Bruhi, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Prapannam, Shadimam, please tell me. Tvam Prapannam. Please instruct me. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Karpanya doshopahat svabhavaha pritchyami tvam dharma samudha chetaha. Karpanya dosho, weakness, miserly weakness, dosha, upahat, being inflicted, svabhavaha, characteristics. A wonderful verse and little long purport. 2-3 main paragraphs and very long purport and lot of philosophy. Swami Srila Prabhupada is discussing in the purport. So let us read the purport. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. So very very philosophical purport, philosophical point. Swami Srila Prabhupada is mentioning all Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of the life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone, Davagni. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in material perplexities but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. The first paragraph we will discuss in parts. So wonderful paragraph and wonderful concepts. Material world, Swami Srila Prabhupada has always described Padam Padam Yad Vibdam, all the scriptures, and the world is described as a blazing fire, forest fire, Davagni. Everyone in this world, they are in some perplexity or other. Everyone in this world are in perplexities. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexities. Complete system of material activities, if we engage in material activities, because we are here in this material world, we have to engage in activities. But the system is like that, the material nature, the system dukhalayam. The system, it is not a complete fault of the living entity, but of course fault is there because the living entity is fallen in this material world. All of us are fallen souls and we are here to experience mainly dukkha. We think that we are experiencing sukha and dukkha, but no, we are mainly experiencing dukkha, perplexities. So the system is so designed that one will surely, perplexities will come on their own, problems will come on their own, miseries, sufferings. Material activity, complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone, Nobody is spared. In every step there is a perplexity. Padam Padam Yad Vibadam. Padam Padam, every step, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Hence it becomes necessary, one should approach a authorized bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. Everyone in this world, he requires someone